The key drivers for setting up Engage was the fact that Harvey Nash had a senior women's network for a long time, successfully increasing our women on shortlists, and I felt we needed to do the same for people from different ethnic backgrounds to increase diversity in its broadest sense across our candidate lists for the benefit of our clients. I think the main thing that came out of this research is that 8 out of 10 of those who responded felt that there were factors other than merit that caused a block on their career progression. 7 out of 10 felt it was their ethnicity, others mentioned gender or social background. The critical factors for success are going to be in 2 areas. One, that through this network of senior business leaders, we can bring them into our candidate lists and increase diversity in that direction. The second key factor is that through Engage, we are a very strong voice at the debating table on the subject of ethnicity at the highest echelons in the country.
Also, the insights do contribute to that debate, the broader diversity debate, whether it's diversity of ethnicity, diversity of gender. They're proxies for, as Scott correctly identified earlier, diversity of thought, perspective, outlook. And that is the business differentiator. That is what contributes to the results that McKinsey have highlighted, to the bottom line of organisations that fully embrace diversity and its siblings of equality, access to opportunity and inclusion.
What was great was that people were really open and honest about what went into the survey, because typically we don't want to make a fuss, we don't want people to think that we're troublemakers, so we don't actually bother to tell anybody how we really feel. And actually, if we can't say how we feel, no one can help fix it. For me, it's not about fixing us, really. It's about 2 things. We need experience and exposure. And nights like tonight are really important, not just externally, but in your own organisations, for people to see that we do have a voice and we do have a business voice.
At the beginning of my professional career, there was a piece of art called Women Hold Up Half the Sky. And the critical realisation, of course, is that if you ignore half the sky, you're missing half the talent. And when I was chairing Centrepoint, we used that insight not to set quotas for the board, but to say, if we don't have at least 40% of our board, our non-executives, male, and at least 40% female, and at least 25% from black and Asian minority ethnic communities, why not? Why are we missing the talent that should be in there?
And I think we should introduce a Tinder for board selection. So I'm very serious about this. I'm very serious about this.
I'm not surprised, rather like Heather, with the figures in front of us today. And I'd be surprised if you were surprised. I've never been invited to a board. People have got to know me. People have seen what I could do. And people have said, you know what? Save ourselves the trouble. I want you to do this for us. Will you do it? The difficulty for me is, there's no point me shouting about a problem if I'm not going to engage in it when I've been invited to engage in it. And I feel very flattered to be in the company of people who run companies and chief executives and captains of the industry and all that. But whenever I enter into this debate, I have a real problem as to why you're still having this debate.
A couple of things that I think are really, and I hate to use the term that I think Garth tried to avoid as well in terms of buzzword, but one of the things that we are driving is we're putting every single leader in our organisation through unconscious bias training, which is, I think, it's quite challenging for people, actually, in a good way, but it is quite challenging for people, and I won't say that there's been, some people have really struggled with it.
It's the mirror, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm not going to tell you who here. You can catch me afterwards. But you know, I think I'm heartened that we as a business have at least recognised that and are trying to do something about it. But we've also recognised we have a long way to go.
The aspirations from a Harvey Nash perspective is that we increase clients coming to us because they know we can deliver diversity into the boardroom. The second aspect is that we are invited to be part of the wider debate of increasing inclusiveness in our boardrooms.